I began working in North Minneapolis in the early 90s during a period of time when nationally we became known as Murderapolis because of all the violence that was erupting almost overnight in North Minneapolis. So I quickly realized that the issues that we were facing were deep and pervasive and required solutions that were deep and pervasive.
We're not well. We're not well. We're not. And when we're not mentally, physically, and spiritually well, there's no hope.
Minnesota usually is 1, 2, or 3rd in the country in ACT scores. We're worst in graduating kids of color from high school.
For so many generations of people, they've never seen someone from their family graduate from college. They've never seen their ability to actually be in poverty and escape.
The problem didn't happen overnight. It's going to take just as much time as it did to create the problem to have a solution and work through that problem.
So the Northside Achievement Zone is a collaborative of 33 community-based organizations and 8 schools. And we are working together in a results-driven fashion, holistic approach to end multi-generational poverty, using education and whole family support as the 2 levers.
When parents don't have the proper resources at home, it contributes to children being unprepared for school. Problems with housing, employment, food, or health deprives a child of the proper rest or nutrition, which can lead to poor academic performance. When a family comes to NAS, we enroll them all to provide them with the support they need to solve these problems. The parents work with a family coach to help them set and achieve specific goals. The family coach gets them started in NAS by working with them to create their own achievement plan, which connects them to our parenting education and empowerment classes and to our 40-plus partner organizations who support them to achieve their goals centered around education, housing, jobs, and health. At the same time, the student will work one-on-one with their NAS coach to set their own goals for success. Then we gather data to measure their success and make sure all the pieces are working together to support families as they lift themselves out of poverty and move their children along a path to college.
To have NAS to be able to bring all those different resources to the table instead of having to contact all these individual locations, and the family coach working with this family to help them navigate housing, to help them navigate employment, helps to stabilize a family.
And when you have people that are from the community, that are working within the community, you are going to have a profound level of understanding and relatability that is not achieved by outsiders.
Whether or not NAS existed or not, the needs of our scholars and our families, that doesn't change. And so the fact that they bring us all to the table for a common goal of serving this community, that has tremendous power.
They built a great network, a great group of partners, and literally neighborhood by neighborhood, they're making a difference today.
They're our future workforce, and this is future economic prosperity for our region. So yes, it's the right thing to do, but it's the smart thing to do for the economic future of our community.
My neighbors who live on my block are not the same as they were yesterday. And they are believing that it is possible that their outcomes for their families, themselves, and for our community can be vastly different than they are today.
You see that connection, and that shows you, like, that's a NAS family. They might say something, be like, that's a NAS family. Have you ever heard of NAS? Yeah, I'm a NAS family, I knew it.
Being a NAS family makes me feel special. Makes me feel cared for.
I got the answers that I needed just from this organization.
I got the biggest support system ever with NAS. And I just feel like without NAS, I don't know where I would be.
Everywhere I go, I'm plugging NAS.
Because NAS is not looking at an individual person, they're looking at the whole family. And it starts within the family.
The data that we're seeing says that the more children in the North Side, are exposed to what NAS is doing and the programs and the resources that we offer, the more they're exposed to that, the better they do in school, the better the outcomes.
So I'd ask many others that are part of this great community to recognize the opportunity to work with NAS. And while we always give back to the communities we serve, starting here at home is critically important.
There is not one solution. And so what we've done through the Northside Achievement Zone is we've brought together a myriad of solutions. And we brought them together for the same family and the same children, and it is working.
So we got to catch up. And hopefully when we have this discussion in 20 years, I don't have this job, right? NAS doesn't exist except in history books. Look what NAS helped do, but we inevitably shouldn't be here, right? Something else should be on the corner of Penn and West Broadway 20 years from now.